Hey guys, this is BrandoGuy4, bringing you a new video. I'm going to be attempting to beat Pokemon Red with only a Magikarp. I've done Pokemon challenges for myself in the past for many years, and I decided to make this one into a video. I will be getting started shortly. I just want to check my options to make sure that they are the way that I like them. Fast text speed, no battle animation makes the training go a little bit faster. And I will start a new game. I had a previous save where I was testing out a few things. I will be choosing the default names for my character and rival so I don't have to think up names myself, wasting time. It takes me a long time to think up character names. Rules for this challenge: I will be using only Magikarp in battle. Magikarp cannot learn HMs and I need them to progress, so I will have other Pokemon to use those HMs. But again, only Magikarp in battle. They'll just be in my party. I can use items in battle because Magikarp's stats are bad. I will be using no major glitches or exploits. I cannot warp to the end of the game, though I can't in the English language version of the game anyway. And I can't somehow glitch through a trainer or whatnot. I pick up the potion from the PC because potions are necessary fairly early on in this run unless you want to spend many days leveling up to a high enough level to defeat Brock without them. Heading up, Oak appears out of nowhere. He was not in town before you walk up there. I don't know where he came from. But you go to the lab with him so that you can get your first Pokemon. I have used the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace the Squirtle in the middle of the table with a Magikarp. This will force Blue to select Bulbasaur, the grass type that is super effective against my Magikarp, as if I needed any more challenge beyond picking Magikarp. It is a fish Pokemon and supposedly used to be strong. I am going to give my Magikarp a nickname. I am going to choose the name Kyler. I picked this name because there is a fisherman on Silence Bridge who uses 6 Magikarp. In future generations, when each trainer has their own name, his name is revealed to be Kyler. So I picked Kyler as the name for my Magikarp to honor the man who has always believed in Magikarp. That will be my Magikarp for this run. Heading out of the lab, Blue stops us for a battle. Since this is not the remakes, Professor Oak is not going to tell me how to fight. He will leave me to figure it out on my own. I will use the impressive strategy of pressing A over and over again. All Magikarp can do right now is Splash. As you can see, when I use it, it has no effect. And trying to use the potion to stay alive would be a waste of it. All I can really do here is wait for Blue to use Tackle instead of Growl until I eventually will faint. There is, to my knowledge, no possible way to win this battle, with a Magikarp that is. You will not get experience because you don't win, but fortunately you do not lose any money for losing to your rival here. You're also able to progress despite having lost, which is of course not typical. After this one last growl, he will use Tackle again and my Bulbasaur will faint, allowing us to continue on. So once he moves on, I will be able to leave the lab myself and start heading towards Viridian City, the first city in town. Coming up, I will come across a man who works at the Pokemon Mart and he will give me a free potion as a sample. Curiously enough, though he gives you a potion as a sample of the Viridian City Pokemart, you cannot actually buy potions until you get to the next city, Peter. I skipped the Oaks parcel and getting the Pokedex here. It's not pertinent to this run, so I decided to cut it out. Coming up towards the north end of Viridian City, I stopped by this tree to collect a hidden potion, bringing my total up to 3. Potions are going to be necessary to beat Brock before an absurd level, and so much grinding. But I have to do at least some grinding, and going into Viridian Forest is where I'm going to be able to accomplish this. I am looking for a Kikuna or a Metapod. Kikuna is more common in red than Metapod is, and that is what I find immediately. I need to use all 40 of my splashes on this Kikuna, and I'm going to cut out so I don't have to use all of them in real time. To use the splashes leaves me with 0 PP for my moves, and that will allow me to struggle and deal damage. I will not deal a lot of damage because struggle is not terribly powerful, but it's better than splash at least since it does damage at all. I will take recoil damage each time I use it, but that's, in my opinion, a decent mechanic for a move that is only used when you're out of uses of your other moves. It makes sense to me. Little speed run tip, as I run away from this Weedle, if you hold down and right when your Pokemon name comes up, you'll move straight over to the run command, so you save yourself a few frames. Fortunately, immediately after that Weedle, I run into another Kikuna, and I'm going to be able to take it out slowly by using Struggle. As you can see, each time I use Struggle, I take a fraction of damage back. At this point, with the damage I'm doing, I'm taking 1 HP. Magikarp having low attack, and Kikuna having decent defense as a middle stage defensive Pokemon, and constantly raising its defense with Harden, I don't do much damage and therefore do not take much recoil back. Slowly though, I will be able to take out this Kikuna because the only damage I am taking is from Struggle. If you try to fight a Weedle or a Caterpie or a Pikachu, they will be dealing damage to you as well, and you will faint. I do a critical hit there, so I actually take 2 damage back. Also, the other Pokemon here have lower defense than the Kikuna and Metapod, so in addition to them being able to damage you, since you're doing more damage, you take more back from Struggle. So really, the only Pokemon you can beat right now are Kikuna and Metapod, and again, only with Struggle. I am going to take out the Kikuna in the next hit here. At least I'm faster than it, so I go first. And I get 50 experience, which is not bad for early in the game. But as you can see, Kyler still needs 64 more experience to even get to level 6. Magikarp is part of the slow level up group, so early in the game, at lower levels, it takes longer than other Pokemon to level up, which is horrible because it's hard enough to use as it is. It doesn't need to level up any slower, but that's the way it is. You may be tempted to use your potions to heal up Magikarp so you don't have to leave to heal. I would advise against this because the more potions you have for Brock, the better you will be able to handle him and progress through the game a little bit faster. The trade-off is that you're walking back to the Pokemon Center, which of course takes a little more time than just healing on the spot. Also, when you heal at the Pokemon Center as opposed to with an item, as I show here, you get all of your PP for Splashback, so you have to whittle it away again before you can continue training and using Struggle. Eventually you'll be able to defeat more than one Kikuna or Metapod at a time before you need to come back and heal, but initially you won't have to do that between each battle, which is horrendous. It should only take you about 8 hours to get up to level 15 and learn Tackle, So good luck with that. I did time it. I had other things to do at the same time. I watched shows on DVD and played Stardew Valley with my other hand. So coming back here, I'm going to show a little bit of the path through this game that you would take with Magikarp. I already touched on Brock and his rock types and needing many potions. Getting the town map from Daisy just this once, I'm going to show you a little bit of what is ahead. You'll go after Mount Moon to Cerulean City and battle Misty. You resist her water moves as you're a water type. You'll want to skip Lieutenant Surge for now. You don't have to battle him yet, and his electric types will be tough for you. After going to Lavender Town, you see the Ghost and Pokemon Tower and head over to Celadon for the Rocket Game Corner and the Silph Scope. Returning to Pokemon Tower, you go up a couple floors and you encounter a Channeler. This Channeler has a Ghastly. You cannot skip this Channeler. Splash does nothing. Tackle, being a normal type move, does not affect ghosts. Struggle in Generation 1 only is a normal type move. It will not affect ghosts. As I already mentioned, Magikarp cannot learn HMs or TMs, so you can't learn additional moves. And in Generation 1 again only, AI do not have PP for their moves, so you cannot stall it out and force it to take itself out with Struggle. So you cannot beat the Ghastly and the Channeler. You cannot progress past that point. If you somehow allow yourself to use like just one glitch, somehow get past that Channeler, you would move through the game relatively normally, and eventually you would find yourself in Indigo Plateau. You beat Thorlei, you beat Bruno, because of course you do, and then you encounter Agatha. In addition to a Golbat and a Darbok, she has a Haunter and 2 Gengars. Again, Pokemon that Magikarp cannot defeat, even if you somehow made it past the Channeler. For that reason, it is impossible to beat Pokemon Red, Blue, or Yellow with just a Magikarp, because Generation 1 is programmed differently. So, save yourself the time. If you want to beat Pokemon with just one Pokemon, do not pick Magikarp. It is not possible in this generation. So, no.